نبرات شعري سطرت
نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. قال الله تبارك وتعالى: أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الذين ينفقون في السراء والضراء والكاظمين الغيظ والعافين عن الناس والله يحب المحسنين. صدق الله العظيم. مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم. Most respected elders and friends, mothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I've recited before you verse 134 of Surah Al Imran. Almighty Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala describes three qualities of the muttaqeen, of those people that are Allah conscious, those people that exercise restraint within themselves. The first quality is they are those people that spend in favorable conditions and in adverse conditions. The second quality, they drink their anger, they swallow their anger. And the third quality is they forgive and they overlook people. In our previous discussion about the philosophy of Tazkiyah, we discussed the four components of a human being: sand, fire, water, and air. Each component exemplifies itself in some way or the other. The component on fire within a human being, it exemplifies itself in the form of anger. Anger in a human being is natural. Even Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wasallam would get angry. It is mentioned in the hadith, at times Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wasallam would get so angry, كَأَنَّمَا فُقِعَ عَلَى وَجْهِهِ الرُّمَّانِ. It is as though somebody has squeezed pomegranate juice on the Mubarak face of Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wasallam. His beautiful white face would get so red through anger. Imam Shafi'i rahmatullah alayhi, he would say that if a person claims he does not have anger in him, then he is a donkey, he is not a human being. To get angry is natural in a person. In the field of Islah, in the field of Tazkiyah, the focus is not to remove a natural instinct. It is merely to make adjustments of natural instincts. One alim very beautifully explained the concept of Tazkiyah with an illustration of a paper. He folded the corner of a page. That corner of the page became uneven from the rest of the page. Now, he folded that corner of the page again and it became even. Exactly in the same way, in Tazkiyah, we only make adjustments. Anger can be useful and it can be detrimental. Anger is like an electric wire. If it is placed in the right place, it will give current in the right place. But if that electric wire is placed in the wrong place, then the current that is flowing from it will shock a person and the person could die. In Tazkiyah, we train ourselves to control and to maintain, to manage that anger. On one occasion, One person came to Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullah alayh, a very great jurist, expert in Quran, expert in Hadith, expert in fiqh. Somebody came and slapped him. Obviously, this is a cause of anger. So Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullah alayh, he controlled his anger. He contained himself. And he told the person, see, if I want, I can slap you again. I can revenge. If I want, I can take you to the law to punish you. And if I want, at night when I wake up for tahajjud, I would make dua against you. But on the day of Qiyamah, when Almighty Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala would tell me and give me the good fortune of going into Jannah, I will not go into Jannah without looking for you and holding your hand and taking you to Jannah. See, this is how you control and you manage your anger. On one occasion, very great alim Maulana Ismail Shaheed Saheb, he was giving a talk in the Jami Masjid of Delhi. So somebody from the congregation stood up and made a very, very offensive remark to Maulana Ismail Shaheed Saheb. He told to him, the Maulana, I heard that you are an illegitimate child of your mother. Clearly this is an offensive statement and it is a cause of anger. Maulana contained himself. He did not explode like a volcano. He just simply stopped his talk and he told a person that the witnesses to my mother's nikah are in a certain town. You can just refer to them and find out from them whether they had witnessed my mother's nikah. See, this is how he had just contained himself. And this is what we should do. One Sahabi, he came up to Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and he asked Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, O Prophet of Allah, give me some advice and nasihat. Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam told him, La taghzab, don't get angry. Contain yourself. Don't explode. Sahabi asked, O Prophet of Allah, give me another advice. Again Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam told him, La taghzab, don't get angry. Contain yourself. The Sahabi again asked for an advice. Again Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam told him, La taghzab, don't get angry. Nabi Kareem emphasized on controlling our feeling, our anger and our emotions. In one hadith, Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam reported to have mentioned, Man kaffa ghadabahu, kaffa Allahu anhu adhabahu yawm al-qiyamah. When a person has a right of getting angry, he controlled himself. He does not unleash his anger on someone. Allah will withhold himself, will withhold his azab from this person on the day of Qiyamah. When a person gets angry, what he should do? First and foremost, don't talk. Don't say anything. You may say the wrong thing in a state of anger, and you'll end up hurting your own self. How often in dispute between the husband and the wife, because the husband has the power, he's got the electric current, he's got the gun of divorce, and he uttered word of divorce and he breaks up the marriage. At the end, he's hurting his own self. Thereafter, he regrets. Second, when you're in a state of anger, just control yourself, suppress yourself, and say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Say, La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. The third prescription, change your posture. If you are standing, sit down. If you are sitting, lie down. If you are in one place, move to another place. Change that environment. And in that way, you'll be able to control your anger. Generally, we observe the cause of anger is smaller than the problem of the anger itself. It is smaller than the problem of the anger and the consequence of the anger. Generally, when a person gets angry, he will have to end up making sabr for something bigger at a later stage. So, why don't do the most intelligent thing and contain yourself and make sabr for something smaller rather than ending up making sabr for something that is bigger. And in most instances we observe when a person he had outburst of anger, then that it creates a weakness within himself. If a person contains himself repeatedly, that builds up a spiritual muscle within himself like physical muscle. Now he'll be able to fight on that anger. He'll be able to lead a more beautiful life, quality life, wholesome life. But if a person explodes like a volcano, then he's going to lead a very miserable life. If we can lead a wholesome life by containing our anger, why do we have to lead a miserable life by exploding with our anger? May Allah Ta'ala give us tawfiq wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.